Over the years, our family's had a share of health problems.
So prescriptions are a part of our life.
Before we went to the big box store.
We both thought it would help us save. But with the long lines and impersonal service, filling prescriptions became a chore. That's when a friend recommended D&H.
Now Tristan knows our prescriptions. Brenda always helps us find the right vitamins. And after Dad's fall, Monica's been a real expert with all our home medical needs. All without the lines.
Trust and service.
That's our D&H.
Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Wednesday, April the 11th. We've got two topics today. We're going to talk about the sesquicentennial of the Civil War, and then Show Me A Cappella concert. Let's start first of all with Henry Atkinson. Welcome to Radio Friends,
Paul,
Henry.
thanks for having me back.
So this is the sesquicentennial of the Civil War. It started last year.
Started last year, and we'll go through 2015. So I guess if you want to think about, we're commemorating 1862 right now. That's
okay,
about
so what happened in 1862?
Well, it was a pretty bleak time for both the North and the South. You know, there were progress in certain battles, and there was defeats in others. I mean, the biggest battle was probably Antietam, which was in Maryland. And basically, the South tried to invade the North, and the North held them off. But it was just a very difficult time for the country as the Civil War raged on. And, you know, Abraham Lincoln had a very difficult time of rallying the North. There was a lot of dissension in the North. His party lost seats in Congress. They maintained Congress, but they lost seats in Congress. So there was a lot of dissension that Lincoln had to face.
What about here in Missouri?
That's actually a very good point there. There was actually a very important battle called the Battle of Pea Ridge. And it was technically in Arkansas, but it involved General Sterling Price of the Confederate side and various Missouri forces because Price had been kicked out of Missouri. And he was trying to get back in, and actually he had one of the rare times in the Civil War I read where they had more soldiers than the Union side, but they couldn't get it done. They couldn't get it done, thankfully, and the Union held them off in Arkansas. And so Claiborne Jackson and the Confederate government of Missouri had to remain in exile in Arkansas for the rest of the war.
For the rest of the war, the Confederate government of Missouri was in exile.
Yeah, because our governor, we elected a pro-Confederate.
Didn't we have two? We had two governors.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, we had two. Claiborne Jackson was a pro-Confederate governor we elected here in Missouri, and he wanted to take Missouri into the Confederacy. In fact, there was a star on the flag of the Confederate flag that even commemorated Missouri. And the Union forces in Missouri said, we don't think so. You're going to stay in the Union. And so they did, and when General Price and others tried to get them back at Pea Ridge, they were defeated.
Now, didn't Abraham Lincoln at one point contact Missouri and say, what's going on with you guys?
Well, and this is a very interesting point. General Fremont, who'd actually been a very famous politician, wanted to abolish slavery in Missouri. And the thing is, Lincoln said no. He said no, because Lincoln understood that if he abolished slavery in Missouri, it would drive Missouri into the hands of the Confederacy. So he said, no, you can't.
Even though he wanted to abolish slavery.
Right. Morally, he knew that was the right thing, but he knew that politically it just wasn't going to work at that time. That was in 1861. But yeah, so in 1862 is very important. I'm glad you mentioned slavery because in September, after the Battle of Antietam, Lincoln changed the course of the war by announcing that he was going to issue the Emancipation Proclamation, which was effective January 1st of 1863. And that was a game changer. That really changed the course of the war. The Great Britain had actually contemplated intervening on the side of the Confederacy. But they weren't going to intervene, you know, if the North was going to abolish slavery, even though obviously the Emancipation Proclamation only applied to the South of all things, they weren't going to intervene on a pro-slavery side. And so this really changed the course of the war. But 1862 was otherwise a pretty bleak year. You know, it was just a very bloody year.
And it goes on through 1865.
That's right.
Okay. People want more information, they can Google it.
That's right.
The Civil War, and especially what happened in Missouri. Henry Atkinson, thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure to have you here. Now it talks about something a little bit on the happier side. We've got James Preston with us, Show Me A Cappella Concerts. Welcome to Radio Friends,
Thank you,
James.
Paul.
And the concert is coming up on April the 21st this year, right?
That's correct.
Explain what it is.
Well, the Show Me A Cappella concert is, first of all, a showcase of university ensembles here in mid-Missouri who sing a cappella music.
But this is not a university event.
No.
And
no.
I think of it as a university event, but it's all university ensemble.
Well, it is. We have most of the groups are university org groups. Ad 9, the Naturels, Mizzou Forte, and Grandpa's Tonic are all Mizzou groups.
Grandpa's Tonic.
Grandpa's Tonic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we also have a Stevens College group that's a part of this, the Velvetones. They were a part of our concert last year.
Yeah.
And we think we're going to have a surprise group. I can't say who, but from a university outside of mid-Missouri who come in and kind of be a special.
So how many different groups will be?
So we may have as many as 6 groups, but definitely 5. There'll be at least 5 groups.
And it will be
from 5 to 7:30 on April 21st.
Is that a Saturday?
That's a Saturday. It's at the Blue Note. It's early enough in the evening. The folks have time to see this show, catch a dinner, and then if there's actually some other concerts and other things going on that evening, they'd have time to go to those things afterwards. So it could be a great evening.
Oh,
of entertainment.
it sounds wonderful. So how many, if you got 5 or you got 6 groups, how many people all together will be singing?
Oh, my
Is that a
goodness.
fair question?
Yeah, it is. In years past, there's probably been as many as 40 to 50 singers all together, because each of these ensembles will have 8 to 10 members.
And they'll do,
more.
how long of a show will each ensemble
Well,
do?
each group will have about 20 minutes apiece.
Yeah.
And so you'll get a good sampling of their repertoire.
Yeah, and it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing when you listen to these groups, what they can do with their voice.
Oh, absolutely.
Their voices
Absolutely.
are musical instruments
That's
themselves.
right. That's right. They are. Now, tickets are available through the Blue Note box office, or you can go online and get tickets.
Okay,
And
so where do you go?
$10 for general admission, $20 for reserved seats, and those are great reserved seats, but
Okay.
you can get those through the Blue Note or through their website.
Okay, so just go online.
That's right,
Is there a phone?
BlueNote.com.
BlueNote.com.
Or you can call them, sure.
All right, what's the phone number?
Oh, I
Okay,
don't know
just go
Blue Notes.
online. Just go online. That's the best
right.
thing to do.
That's right.
And it will be Saturday, April the 21st, starting
At 5 o'clock.
going till about
7:30.
Okay.
Can I say real quickly,
Sure.
this is sponsored by the Downtown Rotary Club and the Blue Note, and we're benefiting the Buddy Pack program by the food bank, and as well as a scholarship that we sponsor for mid-Missouri students.
all that money is going to go to a very worthwhile
That's right.
cause. Thank you, James Preston, for coming by.
Thank you.
Tomorrow, Ellis Fischel Cancer Center, we're talking about screening, and also Talking Horse Productions. Our program directed by Travis McMillen of the Reynolds Journalism Institute. Audio, Pat Akers, KBIA. Our floor director is Danny Matteson, and our assistant producer and guest coordinator, Uncle James Mauser. And to watch us again or to listen to it, kbia.org. Bye-bye.